Hey everybody, welcome to JK Next Garage. Today we're gonna put the doors on the car. As you can see, it's not done yet, but I'll explain why. So we're gonna put the original doors on this car. Now that we've got it all leveled up, I want to make sure that the doors fit back on there the same way they did when we took them off, with the gaps between the rocker and the quarter panels. So then we're going to put the aftermarket doors that we purchased to replace the originals on and get them adjusted and see if they fit just as good. So here we go. Okay, for those of you who haven't done doors before, door hinges and stuff, this is the stuff that I use to get mine adjusted. 1/2-inch socket, 6-inch extension with the ratchet. That's just 3/8. I bought this number 4 Phillips bit on Amazon. It's a Tecton P4. I believe it's a 6-inch one. Also bought this, it's a PH4. It's a 1/4 inch with a number 4 Phillips bit, and obviously 1/2-inch ratcheting wrench. And then this is a little 1/4 inch like ratchet that I have. I've had this for a while. This worked out really good for putting it on there. So I'll show you how I use it. So the little 1/4 inch ratchet with this number 4 Phillips bit I used for inside down on the bottom here to get to these here. You can get to it pretty good with this. You can loosen these all up. The other one's right back here. But this worked out really good for getting to these inside hinge bolts there when you need to adjust those. So, and then obviously the 1/2-inch combination wrench, ratchet wrench, to get to these on the inside. So I'll get the other thing and I'll show you what that is. So, and then this I bought for getting down to the lower ones on this side. You can hit a couple of these if you need to do some fine tuning on those back here. The middle one you can't reach, but if you need to loosen them up and retighten them down, you can get them from the outside. And then obviously the 1/2-inch socket for loosening these up with the extension that brings you outside the door, so you can adjust the door up and down and stuff like that. So, all right, before I put these hinges on the door and then put it on here, I'm gonna put these bolts in here and get this hinge centered up, make a couple of marks. So I don't know if you could see, there's the 2 different size hex head bolts. This one's longer, this one's shorter. This one has also like the big Phillips head on it. This one does not. My understanding is that the Phillips head ones go into the door through the hinge, and that these go into the body. So if I'm wrong on that, please let me know in the comments. I didn't, that's one thing I did not do when we took the doors off, is I did not keep track of, I thought at first they were all the same and then kind of lost track. I bolted the hinge onto the door just so I could get a couple of marks on here at the corners right there, just so when I go to put the door on, I'm not fighting to find out where the center of that hinge is. So I don't know, maybe it's overkill, I don't know, it's the way I do things. Alrighty, so we got the upper door marked here and the lower door marked around here. You can see my Cold galvanizing is coming off, which is fine. I don't really care. It was bare metal, so I just cold galved it for keep it from rusting. So it'll be fine. I'll blast it again with some more cold galv, and then when it gets to the blaster to do the whole car, it'll come right off. So, well, let's get this put on the old door and hang the old door now. Okay, got the hinges on the door. Kind of put those back in the same place where I saw the marks for where they were before. So we'll try that first. Okay, old door is on. Let's see here. So what I got here is I've got just a 3/16 tile spacer that I picked up at the Home Depot, and this actually fits pretty snug in there. Not snug, I guess it's pretty loose, but it's not too awful bad. It's pretty even. It's a little big, but, and then I don't know if you can see the bottom gap. Not too bad. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore because I'm gonna try the new door shell, but I don't know if you can see, this is pretty even right up in here. So yeah, and I've got plenty of room left in the hinges, meaning I didn't do any adjustment to the door hinge part, and there's plenty of adjustment for these parts of the hinges too that go to the body. There's plenty of room left to manipulate that because it's got to go in a little bit on the bottom and then back a little bit. So let's get the new one on, see how that works. So decided to put a piece of green tape on here so I could see the edge of this door better when I went to do the gapping on the bottom part, because the rocker is also painted black. So over at Lake and Lodge Garage, I noticed he just had a video on his door having an issue right around in here with it not being kind of curving down and leaving quite a gap here. So I thought, what the heck, I better check this door out. And here's what I found. So I've got my level and put it right there, and there you go. Yes, I've got a gap here too. Now that's about just under 1/8 of a gap, but it really curves down right here. You can see where it really kind of curves right down, and then the back is from about here back is about a 1/16 or so, all the way to about the last third of the door, and it's flat the rest of the way. So I think to fix this problem, I just gotta take a little bit off of this corner here on the front side. If I do that, it's going to give me just a very little gap there, which is almost the same as the original door. I'll take you over there and let you check that out. So here we are at the original door. I got that piece of tape on there, and it does not like to stick to rust, but whatever. So here's the original door right there. Now, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is about a 1/16 of a gap right there. And then it starts tapering down all the way to the back. And it's flush up in the front here. So 1/16 of a gap, not too concerned about that. Let's get the newer door put on the car and see how that is looking. Initial fitment, I did, I messed around with it for a while, but let me see my gap underneath. So these are my little 3/16 tile spacers right there. And as you can see, the rocker right here and the door, that's nice. It's nice and straight there. So I got these little nut and bolt magnet trays from Harbor Freight there. They've got this little magnet on the back. It's rubberized and stuff and pretty flat. So I just been taking these and putting them on the door like this while I was doing this, adjusting these door hinges and putting them on the door to hold it flush with the quarter panel, so I could figure out how this door needs to rock back and forth if it needs to get it lined up with the quarter or the rocker panel there. So those work out pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with how the door turned out with the gaps on down below and the gaps on the quarter. Hinges turned out good, the bolts turned out good. All in all, I'm pretty pleased with this. So this is an OER from Classic Industries door. So so far so good as far as I'm concerned. I'd like to thank Jonathan from Vinyl Village Garage for suggesting me putting on the old door first to make sure that that still fit and everything before I put on the new door. And yeah, those are the suggestions I got from the last video. Got a lot of good ones from a lot of you guys out there, and I really appreciate it. And I'll be using a lot of those tips that you gave me when I go to brace this up or start in on the quarter panels or whatever. So thanks for all your input, you guys and gals out there. Appreciate it. And now I'm going to paint around the hinges just so I can then scribe a mark around the hinges, and as I'm putting the door on and off when I do the rocker panel and the quarter panel in the back, I'll have a good reference on where that door has to be, so it's I can get it close. Don't get me wrong, these door hinges kind of fought me a little bit. I think it was partially the aftermarket door, lining that up, but first time doing it, so I figured it was going to take me a while, and it's kind of a learning curve for me, of course. So hopefully this helps you with getting your doors and door hinges all put on your car, and I'll get over to the passenger side and I'll do that one and probably fight that one for a while, but hey, you know what, we got time, so it's fun tinkering around with this stuff. So hopefully this helps. Leave us some comments, and you got some better ways of doing this. I'm sure there's better ways out there. This is just how a beginner's doing it, so hopefully this will help somebody out there. And so painted up these hinges, and as you can see, I scored around here so I can put them back on later. All right, so you can see that I painted around the door hinges and I scribed around them. So now I can put the doors back on when I go to put the rockers on and the quarter panels to at least get them somewhat close to where they were when we lined them up right now. All right, so that wraps it up. Doors off the car. Got them put back into storage, and our next video will probably be that right there. Can you tell me what it is just by looking at it? I'll let you know on the next video. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you on the next one.